For some, the fall season means changing leaves and trick-or-treating. For the community members of the Green Canyon Orchard in North Logan, Utah, all of their activities stem from apples. The Green Canyon community was developed on property that had been used for the past 70 years as an apple orchard. Alvin Hampson was the proud owner of the orchard since the late 60s and was the main influence responsible for the impressive crop of apples the residents now enjoy.
They owned this until the probably the 2000s, and then he ended up selling it to the developer, and they subdivided it out, and we got one of the lots.
He really felt invested in the apples, so he made it part of the covenant and part of the condition of sale that everybody keep the apple trees. So there's a lot of apple trees in this neighborhood. Most people here still have a lot of trees. Like, we have 8.
It's a lot of apples.
And what do you do with all those apples?
Anything
Throw
you
them at
think
people.
We
Applesauce,
make
apple cider.
and apple cider. We dry them. We take them around in boxes and give them to people.
We're currently drying apples. We've done applesauce, and then tomorrow we're doing apple pie filling. So we're kind of apple-holics.
You're gonna get that one right over there. You see
With
it?
all of the many types of apples and treats they are able to create, the overwhelming favorite was by far the fresh-pressed apple cider.
This is a phase where after we pick the apples, then we have to wash them and check them and make sure that they're okay. So we dump them into our first batch of water, check them over to make sure that they don't have any wormholes or anything like that in them. Throw them into this, and we tip it up there so that it'll drain.
We pour the apples into the grinder. And what the grinder does is it mashes them up into a pulp.
We're taking the ground up apple, which we call affectionately apple mash. As you can see, we're getting quite a lot of cider just in the bottom of the bag without even doing anything to it. Got what juice we can before we put it in the press, and that's that much less that we have to do. Into the press, like that. Kind of mash it flat and throw a disc on top. The netting keeps all of the pulp from getting out, and so that you're getting actually just pretty much straight cider with a little bit of maybe really small fiber particles into it. It occurred to me that you didn't have to have one of the traditional twisty things that press it down, that a car jack would probably work, and so when I was researching this, that's what I started looking for, was the, you can see the cider's coming out pretty strong.
After a long day working on the cider press, there's nothing better than sitting back and enjoying the fruits of your labor. With SUTV News, I'm Haley Tavoyan.